The bombing of the Boston Marathon on April 15, 2003 revealed a disconnect between the media and society's outliers. Two brothers, Dzhokhar and Tamerlan Tsarnaev, exploded two bombs at the finish line. After a violent manhunt, Tamerlan was killed while Dzhokhar was arrested. Since then, the subject of much inquiry has been the motivation of the brothers' attack. The brothers were both Chechen Muslims, but religion has diverted from attention from a larger symptom afflicting American society. This year, America has experienced several violent atrocities perpetrated by American citizens. Adam Lanza and James Holmes have killed 26 and 12 people, respectively. In comparison, the Tsarnaev brothers killed 4 people. Yet the mental well-being of the Tsarnaevs is hardly discussed by news outlets. The Huffington Post discussed Lanza being bullied as a child at Sandy Hook. USA Today wrote an article about Holmes' psychiatric reports. Yet no news outlet has discussed the Tsarnaev's social and psychological condition in depth. Tsarnaev once said in a photo essay that I don't have a single American friend. I don't understand them. Their family suffered from divorce, their house filled with noises of arguing. Yet none of these facts grab as much media attention as their religion. After a decade of waging wars in Muslim nations and being attacked by several Muslims on 9/11, mention of radical Islam still captures headlines. New York Times covered official statements indicating that the Tsarnaevs were motivated by their faith, a form of radical Islam. Officials learned that the brothers frequented extremist Islamic sites such as Inspire, an English-language magazine published by Al-Qaeda that endorsed lone wolf terrorist attacks. Investigators from Russia Today are investigating the 6-month Dzhokhar spent in Chechnya and Dagestan in 2012, where extremist groups operated. CNN, The Guardian, and Huffington Post all reported Dzhokhar, the surviving brother, stating that he wanted to defend Islam from attacks, citing the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. But these reporters and officials are missing the point. The Tsarnaev brothers were not always radical Muslims. They would embrace radical Islam around 2009 or 2010. But prior, they seemed to be secular immigrants. They were popular and engaged in un-Islamic activities, such as drinking alcohol and smoking marijuana. Dzhokhar wanted to become an engineer, while Tamerlan had dreams of becoming a pro boxer. Like Lanza and Holmes, they have been normal, law-abiding citizens. Like Lanza and Holmes, they had suffered from alienation from their society and personal strife. Their past misfortunes do not justify violence and murder, but the Tsarnaevs would not be the last alienated young men to resort to violence. If we want to learn why and how to prevent these kinds of atrocities, we must look past narratives of Islam versus West and examine these perpetrators as people. It is only when we understand why these young men take up arms that we can know how to stop these tragedies.